Hey there, West Michigan. I'm Chief Meteorologist Samantha Jacks. Tracking rounds of lake effect snow once again to start off this week, and even colder temperatures than what we've experienced over the last several weeks. In fact, the coldest air mass we've seen in quite some time. Your weather ball blinking blue as we have these cooler temperatures in view, and of course blinking with our chances for snowfall in sight. While inland counties will see snow today, it will not accumulate to enough to warrant that winter weather advisory, whereas our lakeshore counties, in addition to the snow they've already received, will likely receive another 2 to 3 inches of snow and then additional amounts on top of that headed into our Tuesday. So that's why the National Weather Service did go ahead and extend your winter weather advisories until 7 p.m. tonight. I do think that your winter weather advisories will be extended even further than that as well, likely through at least tomorrow night. All right, current temperatures, it's 8:30 this morning, 10 degrees right now in Big Rapids, 13 in Grand Rapids, and 13 in South Haven. Look across the water, though, where they do have actual temperatures sitting at 0 to -2 degrees. That's actually where our wind direction is coming from right now. West-northwest, sustained at about 15 miles per hour, gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour. With these strong winds coming in out of the north and west, we will continue on with feels-like temperatures in the sub-zero category. We're talking -3 by 8 o'clock tonight, even continuing on until tomorrow morning at around -6 degrees. This is because throughout the day today, we actually will lose heat rather than gain it with those strong winds. Now, the winds will be sustained west-northwest through all of your daylight hours on Monday, and then we see them tilt further northwest and calm down some headed into your Tuesday. This is really important when it comes to forecasting our lake effect snow, right? Hour-by-hour forecast drags a lot of those lake effect snow bands inland, and with the westerly direction that they're still holding on to, some of our southern counties don't see quite as much snowfall as they kind of get drug in towards the greater Grand Rapids region. But Muskegon, Ottawa, and then into Kent County, again in that 1 to 3 inch category, closer to 1 inch away from the lakeshore, closer to 3 along the lakeshore itself. Now watch as the winds start to pivot more northwest, giving us that traditional northwesterly lake effect snow belt. I would say there's likely going to be a bullseye somewhere between just south of Holland through Allegan County, stretching down into Kalamazoo County. That is likely going to have the highest snowfall totals. I would say we will see some locally intense snowfall totals, while on a broad scale, everybody only receives on Tuesday alone another 2 to 4 inches. This would mainly be US 31, which is along the lakeshore's edge, and to the lakeshore itself because winds are not as strong, and again, they tilt more northwest. I do believe that we'll see a continuation of light lake effect flurries all throughout the day Tuesday, possibly lingering into both Wednesday and Thursday as well. All right, let's track snowfall totals. This is between now and midnight. This is around 1 to 3 inches of snow coming down. I do think we actually will likely see higher amounts than this, but because the snow is so fine, so dusty, it's going to be blowing around in the wind, I've actually kept our snowfall totals a little bit lower because of that. It also is going to have a hard time building up on itself. We already have a lot of snow present, so I'm not all that concerned about snowfall impacts on a short-lived scale, but we will start to see it accumulate over the next 48 hours or so, pushing into that 4 to 5 inch range along the lakeshore's edge by Tuesday evening, and then minor amounts accumulating after that. Because our water temperatures are so cold, even despite the cold air mass at play, we don't see quite the impressive lake effect snowfall totals that we may have, let's say, a month ago. All right, feels like temperatures for the rest of this week. Our cold Arctic air mass does not last all week long, but it does consume a good chunk of our work week. Tomorrow will only feel like 2 degrees, and that's during our warmest part of the day. 7 degrees by Wednesday afternoon, and then you start to see us tick back closer to seasonable normals by early next week. On average, we should be sitting at about 34 degrees at this point, so below average temperatures expected throughout a vast majority of this week. Lakeshore boundary today, we already actually reached our peak daytime heating temperature, and again, only seeing cooler conditions settle into place from there. But of course, zooming in there on our winter weather advisories, mainly concentrated along the lakeshore counties. Inland areas, don't count yourself out for snowfall, but when it comes to even low to moderate impacts, we do not fall into that category here in Kent County. The rest of your 13 on your side 7-day forecast. The good news about this week's outlook is, yes, we do have a lot of little chances for snow extended throughout the 7-day period, but at no point in time do I see anything that's of concern or of weather impact alert criteria. So a relatively quiet winter week. By the weekend itself, no big system inbound, will be in the upper 20s to low 30s. Thanks for joining me on 13 Plus today. I'm Chief Meteorologist Samantha Jacks.